Mr. Howard?
Yeah, that's him over there.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Greg Howard?
Yes.
Chief Superintendent Mike Walker, this is PC Daniels.
Look, it's about the trucks outside. They'll be moved as soon as we've unloaded.
It's not about the trucks.
All right, well, come in here.
Wait back for a bit. I've had a visit from Lady Winfield. Yeah. She's very worried about her daughter, Diane.
Chief Superintendent, eh? Unbelievable. I presume it's because of who she is that you're here. I've had 2 break-ins in the past year, and it took a week for you lot to even come and see me. Diane has done this before. She always comes back when she's cooled off.
You have had 3 domestic disturbance call-outs. So I therefore have to take Lady Winfield's concerns very seriously.
Yes, of course. But it never got any further than that, the call-outs, I mean. And if they made a report, I think you'll find that, if anything, I came off the loser. And you will also discover that it was her ladyship who called you out and not my wife.
Really?
She's got one hell of a temper, believe you me. I doubt my mother-in-law would have told you that. Or the fact that she and Diane were often at loggerheads.
She took any belongings with her?
No, she just stormed out of the house.
Last Thursday, March 13th, correct?
If you say so, yes.
Been working on this stretch for over 5 years. Never come across anything like a hand before. And it was a bit of a shock, really. Yes, sir. Right. Back in a minute. That's everything up. Well, you can have a look for yourself. It's all piled up on the bank. You've got to go down and do the other thing. Still really shook up.
Is he still here? I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, he's with your lot already.
Can't. It'll all come to the side anyway.
So, Lady Winfield is at it again, is she? Bloody woman should be arrested. She makes my life unbearable. She writes abusive letters about me. To the kids' school, to the bank, here. We've got one, actually. Try that for size.
What about checkbooks, bank cards?
What about them? Oh, I see. Well, we have a joint bank account, so I shouldn't be able to tell you if anything's amiss.
According to Lady Winfield, she hasn't seen her daughter for about a month.
Lady Winfield has been on holiday for a month, so she's not likely to have seen her daughter. It's been wonderful without her constantly poking her nose in.
Are you at all worried? You got 2 small children.
No. It's not as if she left the children alone. We do have a nanny. We just had a blistering row about something stupid.
Do you want to do that now?
Do what?
Check. If your wife has withdrawn any money, it has been 4 days, hasn't it?
Right. I'll call the bank.
Take that one, get it down to the lab.
Right. This is Adrian from the EPA.
Hello.
DC Lisa West.
Yeah, well, it wasn't me that found it, but I can show you exactly where we took it out. Shouldn't be too much disturbance.
I like this. It has a balcony.
Indeed.
Two bedrooms?
Yeah, well, the second room's more of a box room, really.
Oh, excuse me. Do you see that, Connor? Oh, what? I'm on a week's leave. Where are you? Well, do we have any more body parts? Okay, well, listen, I'm on the other side of the river at the moment, so it'll take me a while to get over there. In the meantime, contact Marine Support and keep searching, yeah? Okay, I'll see you there. Bye. Can I see the master bedroom?
Yes, I just saw him come through. Morning, sir.
Just a minute, your toilet seems Sir,
Yeah.
Lady Winfield is in reception and would like to see you.
In my office.
Sir,
Oh, Lady Winfield, I'm sorry. Please come in. I was going to call you.
Did he know where she is?
No, I'm afraid not. Look, have a seat. Here. We made contact with your bank, and I'm afraid your daughter hasn't withdrawn any money in the last 4 days.
This just doesn't make any sense.
I do believe she has disappeared before.
Not for this long, and when she did, she stayed with me. I brought photographs, and I've made a list of all her friends' phone numbers. I tried to contact her when I was in Florida, but with the time differences, we never seemed to be able to get hold of her. I went round there as soon as we got home. I am very concerned because the last time I spoke to Diane, she said she was going to divorce him.
Keep the noise down! I'm sorry. Lady Winfield, I do understand your concerns. I have read a letter you wrote to Mr. Harwood. I do intend to make further inquiries, and I will contact the list of friends you've suggested. Is there anyone else your daughter was seeing? Someone not on this list, perhaps? A boyfriend?
No, I would have known. I want to report her missing.
Bedrooms. The ensuite bathroom had no bath, just a shower. The balcony was a set of railings across the window, and the kitchen was 8 by 10. 250 grand. 250,000. So come on, Matt. What's the story?
Well, we've cordoned off the area as best we can, and the local boys are searching for additional body parts. Basically, the local boys are waiting for us to liaise with them.
Neighbours on either side recall the couple shouting and yelling.
yeah, they were having a real go at each other, apparently. She was sobbing and throwing stuff around. They were on a bridge that leads to the house, and the river makes their voices louder. I suppose it's sort of an echo effect.
Yeah, so this was last Thursday, 4 days ago, correct? March the 13th.
Yeah, it was around 10 o'clock at night.
A neighbour to the right said he saw her running off down the road around the same time.
So, she hasn't been seen since last Thursday. Okay, now listen, her mother has given us a list of her closest friends, so we better contact and make sure she's not staying with one or other of them, yeah?
So, is it official? She's missing?
Oh, yeah, but it was only filed this morning. I mean, it's not high priority, low concern. She has done a runner a few times before. But I would forward it to Missing Persons Bureau.
Bloke out clearing a rubbish island. He was trapped by what's left of his fingers. Marine support should be here any time now.
Okay, well, let's have a look at it.
Yeah, it's just through here. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
You want some boots? We've extra.
No, I'm grand, thanks.
No ring. That would be asking too much.
Well, not much more we can do until we get the report back from the lab. God, boss has got nerve lumbering me with this.
Oh. You two are getting to be quite a partnership.
Yes, well, she likes to work with the best.
Really, Ryan, listen, why don't I pick up a bottle of wine on the way home, yeah? Okay. See you later. Bye. Daniels. Daniels! What the hell is all this shit? I was only out 10 minutes.
That piles the minutes from the community outreach meetings for the past year, and those are the new guidelines on the parking regulations and the proposals for the speed cameras outside the schools.
Wait a minute. Daniels, my office is shrinking. It's shrinking. What the hell is this? This wasn't here before.
CID didn't want it, and it'll come in very useful for all your paperwork.
I don't want it. And I'm working in a bloody cupboard as it is. Please put it back in there.
Do you know what time it is? I was just leaving. My wife will throw a fit. We're going to my goddaughter's.
Matthew?
And what have we got here?
Okay, let's go.
Is this it, or am I to expect the rest of the torso?
That's all we got.
Good night.
Adult female Caucasian. Fingertip pads have been damaged, so you'll not get any prints from them. In my opinion, I'd say it might have been prison. These look like freezer burns. Well manicured nails.
No, the false.
Oh, very good ones. Nice pink varnish still intact. Yeah, I'd say without doubt it's female. And that is all you're going to get out of me tonight. Monsieur, dame, bonne nuit. Good night.
Get any more?
No, they're calling it quits for tonight. Poor bastards are up to their knees in water and they're losing the light.
Ah, damn, I'm late. Can you give me a lift?
Sure.
Yeah, Walker. Oh, yeah. Hi there. How are you? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just about to sit down to eat. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, look, Len, I said I would pick them up at 7. If you want me to pick them up earlier, then just say so. It's no problem. But don't go into a diatribe of... Okay, 6 o'clock. I'll be there. Yep. Look, Len, I said I will be there. Now, do you mind? I am just about to eat off the potatoes.
Bye. I'm so sorry. Can I still see the flat?
That's no problem.
Thank you.
As you can see, there's garage parking and around the clock quarters. You said you wanted something secure.
Yeah.
Is this your husband?
Not yet.
Nice to meet you. Right, well, follow me.
Sorry about this. She's like a patter on repeat. Yeah, what? Yeah, right. Okay, I will. Bye. She's got worse.
Well, maybe after you split up from Pat, she thought you would be going back to her.
Yeah, for a while I thought I did. I mean, I'd nowhere else to go. I mean, Christ, Barbara, I'm paying for 2 mortgages and I don't even have enough for a roof over my own head. And with her maintenance, the kids needing this, the kids needing that. Oh, it's not easy.
Have you seen Pat yet?
And a couple of test phone conversations about selling the flat because I need the money.
Does she know about me? That you're living here?
No.
Do you want apple or rhubarb pie, Mike?
A slice of both with custard would be delicious. That was wonderful, thank you. Hey, you're my lifeline. I hope you know that, don't you? If I had to stay any longer at Lynn's, I think I would have been up for murder.
You wouldn't have got away with it a second time.
What do you mean by that?
Well, nothing. It was just a joke. I didn't mean it seriously. But the whole reason you're back in uniform is because of the trial.
Really, Barbara? Well, thank you for that stunning insight into my present situation. I'm going for a drink.
God, if I bought that place, I'd need a 24-hour chiropractor.
Hey, you fancy a bite to eat? Indian, French, Italian, Irish?
Fish and chips.
Your call. Rasheen, if you don't mind my asking, this dismembered hand, I mean, why were we brought in? I mean, I can understand a whole torso, but it could have been an accident or students messing about.
You want to know the truth? I reckon the boss is getting hot under the collar. His numero uno on SO1 West, the last thing he wants is a floater on his patch. But the last thing I'd want. It's typical, isn't it? The 1 week I set aside to get a new flat.
Well, you could always move in with me. What? What?
Look, just don't get over familiar, okay? I mean, you did it in there, and I don't like it.
Over familiar? Can we get the ground rules sorted out here? What am I, just a one-night stand then?
Well, I'll let you know. After the fish and chips.
Mind yourself, sir.
Edge those boats closer. Over here. Hold it. Wait, wait. Oh my God. I think it's another body part. I've got it. I've got it.
Yes?
Good morning. I'm Chief Superintendent Walker. This is Police Constable Daniels. Is Mr. Harwood in?
No, he's at work.
Do you mind if we come in? You are?
I'm Carla, the OP.
Hello, Carla.
Come in, please.
Have you had any contact from Mrs. Harwood since last Thursday?
No. Well, she hasn't called here.
How long have you worked for the Harwoods?
8 months.
On the night that Mr. and Mrs. Harwood argued, you know, the night she left, were you in the house?
No. I took the children to a movie and then we went to have a hamburger.
Yeah, and they're 7 years old.
Yeah,
correct?
they're twins, yeah. They're at school.
Now, were Mr. and Mrs. Harwood, you know, were they on good terms before that night, you know, during the day?
I think they started to argue about paint colours. They're redecorating, getting ready to sell.
But you weren't exactly in the house.
No, I just told you. I took the kids to a movie. Snow White.
So you did. Can you show me around?
They found more.
Yeah, part of a leg, but I think it's from a four-legged animal.
Oh, it smells rotten. Where'd they find it?
Mile up that way, caught in a floating garbage island.
Okay, we'll put it with everything else. Keep searching, yeah?
Well, for a start, this is dodgy.
Do you think? I think it's rather a nice shade.
It's
cafe latte, isn't it?
Ah, no, not the colour, Daniels. This carpet is new. If something had happened in here, like Harwood clobbered his wife, it could have left bloodstains. Look, it's new.
Oh, I see.
What's out there? Do you mind if I look?
No, it's okay. It's just the laundry room. Door's open. Go on in.
Anything in there?
Yeah. A dead body. Dismembered. Whose car is this?
Mrs. Holt.
Oh. Didn't you take it with her when she left?
No, I needed to take the girls to school.
Oh, yeah. Very thoughtful of her.
Do you need me? I better get back to the house.
No, it's fine. Thanks for your help. Ah, now you see it, now you don't.
What?
There was a roach and tinfoil in the ashtray. Now it's gone. Learn to be more observant, Daniels. Something is wrong in this house. Check out Miss Innocent Eyes.
Sorry?
The au pair. She's watching us from the bridge.
The top layer of skin has been gnawed from palm to fingertips. Could be crabs, shrimp, rats. Something that could bite deep enough to make it near impossible to get prints from now.
Shrimp?
Oh, yes. This was a tasty feast for them. I can't say for sure how long she's been in the water. It's difficult to estimate her age, but there aren't too many wrinkles, so I'd say she's not an elderly woman. There's a general lack of calluses, so not someone used to regular manual labor. These marks, I noted before, were, as I suggested earlier, what I perceived to be freezer burns. Now, the wrist was severed between the radius and the ulnar and the proximal row of carpal bones.
Could this have been a professional cut? I mean, someone who knew what they were doing.
Well, it wouldn't be a surgeon, if that's what you mean.
Medical student.
No, there's no technique involved. I'll take a closer look at the bones under the microscope later, see if I can get you anything more.
And the other part?
Ah, the leg of lamb you so kindly brought in. Now that was, or had also been frozen. It's not New Zealand lamb, if it helps, as there is no New Zealand stamp on it. But there is another stamp on it, possibly part of an abattoir number. So it might help you identify the sheep, whose last words were, I am sure,
Richmond Vale.
Gov, there's been a sighting of Diane Harwood at some bank in the High Street.
When did this happen?
This morning, about 11 a.m. You want to talk to her?
What, she's here? Yeah, too dumb. I don't want to talk to her, waste of my bloody time.
Not Diane Harwood, her friend. I told the front desk to show her in.
Why don't you put a memo on a missing persons file so we don't waste any more precious time? Call Lady Winfield and let her know. Hello. I am Chief Superintendent Walker.
Frances Hall.
Hello, Frances.
I came in because I know Diane's mother has been very worried. She's called me. She's called everyone. So when I saw Diane, I thought I should at least report it.
Come into my office. Take a seat.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I was driving past the bank, the one on the corner of Mail Street, and she was standing at the cash point.
Are you sure it was her?
Yes, very sure. In fact, I thought she might turn up to our yoga class.
Didn't you stop and talk to her?
I couldn't really. The lights were green. I tooted the horn. She sort of turned and waved. I waved back and drove on.
This yoga class.
She didn't turn up. In fact, she hasn't been for quite a few weeks, but...
But?
I finished the class and came here.
Very thoughtful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's almost 3 and my son will be waiting for me.
So she hasn't been seen there at the gym?
It's actually a health spa. But you'd have to ask people there. But I haven't seen her for quite a while. Not until this morning.
Could you possibly give me the name and address of this health spa? Thank you for coming, Francis. That is what I call an attractive woman. What?
Oh, the neighbour called. Said he saw Mrs. Harwood walk out of the house and cross the bridge 15 minutes ago carrying a suitcase.
We're running a check with Missing Persons Bureau, and anyone minus their Sunday lunch.
Anything come in?
No, not yet. A woman was reported missing quite close, Richmond area, but she's turned up. Foster, in the meantime, is concentrating on our wrist bone. Says that from the cuts on the bone, he thinks the hand was severed by a bow saw or something similar.
A bow saw?
Yeah, the type butchers use. The teeth are set quite wide apart so they don't bind. Easily cuts through bone, gristle, and ligaments, according to Foster. And the blades are replaceable.
So?
So I was thinking that whoever cut the hand off is maybe a butcher or a chef, or at least has access to that kind of saw or knows someone who owns one. Because for domestic purposes, they're quite difficult to get hold of.
Wait a sec. Foster said the hand of freezer burns, right?
Right.
Well, that leg of lamb we found, maybe whoever killed her had to empty his deep freeze to house the body. Yeah, check with the lab, see if they got that abattoir number.
Right.
Your fingernails are false. I mean, they're not growing out, they're in good nick. They're not cheap over-the-counter type either. They're professional. This is no accident. Someone chopped it off.
We checked all the hospitals, nothing. Nothing in the morgues. You want some crisps?
No, I think we need some help. I'm going to push for a press conference whether the boss likes it or not.
So what, you're saying it's murder?
I'm going to cover my arse and say it is. They're not prawn cocktail, are they?
No.
Chief Superintendent Walker, I thought you should know. My wife has withdrawn £1,000 from our joint account. She's also taken £2,500 in cash from the house, cash that I needed to pay the part-time workers at the centre. I discovered it was missing this morning.
Come into my office. We have been informed that your wife was seen leaving your house this afternoon at 2:30.
What? God, I'd like to wring her neck. Carla's had to go to the dentist, which is why I've got the twins. I mean, how she expects me to look after the house and the garden centre and the girls. I want to bring an injunction against her returning to the house. I'm not having her taking the children. Susie, don't do that. I wouldn't trust her with them anyway. Susie, stop it.
Bottle she's accidentally fall.
Susie, come and draw something. Come here. There you go, sweetheart. Draw your daddy. I suggest you see a solicitor. I'll obviously still want to see your wife just to make sure.
Why? And so many people have seen her. How many more people have to see her? It's obvious what she's done, isn't it? And it's very good dying. Draw another one for Daddy. I think she's gone off with someone. I've suspected it for a long time.
Mr. Harwood, I understand your concerns. I have 2 children. I also have an ex-wife who has caused me a lot of grief.
Well, I'm sorry. Come on, Sarah. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. And I'll take your advice. I'll go to my solicitor.
And if at any time you do feel the children are in any danger, then please feel free. Come and see me.
Why'd you say that? You know something you're not telling me?
No, not at all. But to get an injunction, one needs to have evidence of the children.
She was done for drunken driving with the twins in the car. Isn't that enough? Her mother phones me day and night. It's driving me insane. I'm not in the least bit surprised if Diane hasn't made contact with her mother. And if you want to know how I feel right now, we'd be a bloody sight better off if she never came back at all. I'm sorry. I'm so
sweetheart. I'm sorry. Daddy's sorry. Daddy's sorry. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. And forgive me for losing it. I'm just under a lot of stress at the moment. Come on, Susie, let's go. Thank you. Come on.
Here it is, Diane Harwood. Breath tested, proved positive, banned for 2 years. Kingston Magistrates Court 18 months ago.
Yeah, anything on the au pair?
Yeah, she's South African. She's from Cape Town. She was a student at Imperial College, dropped out in '99. No problem with immigration, her mother's British. And she had no criminal record of any kind. And she's 27. Is there anything else you want me to do?
Yeah, but she's saying which wouldn't go amiss.
We've called on the expertise of the Marine Support Unit and are treating this situation as very serious. We are therefore asking anyone in that area, or even close to that area, if they've seen anything unusual.
What's the expression? Be nice to those you meet on the way up, because you never know when you'll meet them on the way down. DCI Roisin Connor. Wow. She's flown up the ranks faster than a fart.
A dive support
What's
team
this?
is
What's she
working
on
the
about?
location as we speak. We are searching the river from Kingston to Richmond, focusing mainly on Twickenham and Teddington.
But didn't you have a missing girl, Mike? She's in the same area.
No, she's come home. What's for dinner?
So we can only assume that
Shepherd's pie.
probably be on the weir of Shepperton.
If you live in this area or were visiting this area, maybe you remember something out of the ordinary.
Oh, that's a relief.
You're telling me. Yeah, she's a real handful. DCI now, Christ.
Highly suspicious.
I meant it's a relief your missing girl's home. Did you hear what's for dinner?
Thank you very much.
Walker. Yes. No, it's all right, Lady Winfield. Yes, I was just watching it myself. You told me Diane had been seen. Yes, the neighbor was very positive.
Did you speak to him yourself?
No, I haven't.
You didn't. Chief Superintendent Walker, I would
Yeah,
like
look,
to
I will
know
get back to you.
I want to know why this investigation
Yes, I said
is
I
taking
will
so much
get
time.
back to you on that. My fault. I should never have given her this number. I've got to go out again.
You only just got in.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to check up on something.
I don't understand you. I mean, what with your wife, your kids?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah, but it seems to me that as soon as Pat sells the flat and gives you half, you'll be off. I mean, what am I to you, Mike? Free room and board and the occasional lay?
Look, when I get my cut from the flat, I will pay the rent in here. And if I get any more grief from that bloody woman with a bloody daughter, You know, you see this jacket? That means when she calls, I jump. Good evening, sir.
Yes?
I'm Chief Superintendent Walker. I need to talk to you about...
Here, come here. What the... It's pretty friendly, really.
Try to give
Don boy.
Dog.
He's perfectly all right. Don boy. Don.
What do you want? He's just saying goodnight to the girls. Take a seat. I'll tell him you're here.
Carla, just a moment. Is Mrs. Harwood in?
No. Apparently she came home earlier today. Looks like she took a suitcase and a smaller bag. Some of her clothes are missing.
Her passport, her jewellery, and any cash she could lay her hands on.
Did you speak to her?
No. I taken her mother-in-law's phone to, which is why you're here at 8:30.
I got halfway through Mary Poppins, but I don't think they're into that right now. Let's see if you can find Susie's pyjama top, buddy. I think it's in the bathroom cupboard.
Okay. Good night.
Well, I took your advice, went to my solicitor, filed for divorce. Got it. I remember now. Judge Winfield tried your case, didn't he?
Rather serious, wasn't it?
Murder usually is.
Interesting, I suppose. See it from the other side, so to speak.
I wouldn't call it interesting, so to speak.
Well, relieved, then. You weren't convicted.
No. Could be something to do with being innocent. Diane still hasn't tried to see her children?
No. I did come home tonight to one of her special abusive messages on the answer machine, though.
You're still decorating?
Yes. Surface job. I'm just freshening things up a bit because we're putting the house on the market.
Yeah, do you own this house?
Did my name.
You mind me asking how much you think you'll get for it? Just I'm selling mine.
About 4.7. Being close to the river used to add a lot of value, but the recent floods have knocked back the property market in this area.
Still a nice price.
I've got a big mortgage, though.
I know about those. I've 2 of them. You still got it?
What?
The phone call. Did you erase it?
No. No, I didn't.
Could I hear it?
Yes, of course. Come in. Right.
Diane, please will you call and stop making me and Daddy so worried? All you have to do is
I get
call.
one of those every hour.
Pick up the phone!
There she
You
goes.
bastard! I know you're there! I'm
Diane
not
on
coming
full
back! I'm
throttle.
not coming back this time! I've had enough! Do you hear me? And I want you out of my house! It's my house, my money, and you're nothing but a stinking two-faced leech! And don't you think you can get...
Open the door!
Ah, like father, like daughter.
Do you mind if I take a couple of these in the answer machine tape?
Yes, take whatever you want.
All right.
Greg, let's just talk, please. All I want is to see Diane.
She's not
talk
here.
to you both. This has got out of hand now.
Will you please go away?
Let me see her, speak to her. All I'm concerned about are the children.
Oh, really? Well, coming here at this time of night and frightening the life out of them doesn't show much concern to me. Good night.
Judge Winfield? Chief Superintendent Walker. Your wife came to see me about Diane, your daughter.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. Margaret's told me you've been very kind. I do recall who you are, and... well, I'm sorry. Hard to recognize people out of the context of the court. Yes, that was a very sorry business. This is all very distressing. Do you know where she is?
No, I don't, but there have been numerous sightings of her.
Yes. You see, my wife and Diane had rather an unpleasant argument before we left for holiday. Most unusual for us not to keep in touch.
She has called the house here. In fact, I've just listened to the last message she left.
Then, dear God, why hasn't she called her mother? She's beside herself, and now with this woman found in the river, she thought it was Diane.
I know, sir. She told me.
Why are you here this time of the night?
Oh, I was close by and I wanted to see if Diane had returned to the house.
Do you need a lift?
Yes, if you're passing a bus stop.
Hop in.
Thank you.
Go. You investigating this case on the river?
No, I'm attached to the station here. I'm not part of the murder squad, but I will keep an eye on it.
Thank you. My wife and I would be most grateful. Diane is our only child, and not seeing our grandchildren is unbearable.
Come on, girls. Tell Daddy to come and play. Come on, girls. Tell Daddy to come and play.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's Diane Harwood.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What?
Makes a change from wellies. Do try and smile, Mother. You want a good time from a good time, girl?
Now, if you're going to talk dirty, you'll have to be punished.
No. If you want to play rough, it's going to cost you.
Well, yes, sir, but we do only have a hand at the moment, and we are working as fast as we can on this. Yes, sir, I'll let you know, of course. Thank you. Bye.
You got another one?
What hand?
No, leg.
What?
Of lamb. Even bigger than the first. The difference is this one has a label attached. It was still partially wrapped in cling film.
They've dropped parts of pig the same weight and size as different parts of human body. Tossed them in all these areas on the river to see where they end up.
Oh, where have they?
Well, their consensus is the legs of lamb and the hand were dropped close to where they were found because the pig parts haven't moved. They dropped some over from here, but they hardly moved downriver. They dropped more close to the bank opposite that small island over there.
Well, what do we get from this? Apart from filling up forensics freezer.
Well, if more body parts were dropped, they could have been eaten by the fish.
Well, to consume a torso, you'd need sharks, and they're not in the Thames. Okay, I think we need to set up a temporary instant room in the closest station. The rest of our body could be buried in terra firma. What? Come on, what?
Well, there's Richmond Vale, there's Twickenham, Kingston, Teddington or Shepperton.
Well, which one is closest to where we find the dismembered hand?
Well, Sunbury's the closest, but it's not 24/7.
Well, we know that you and Pat North are close friends.
What's she got to do with it? Ah, it's Richmond Vale, isn't it? Walker Station.
Yeah. But we can use any station you wish.
Well, Richmond Vale is closest, right? So, set it up. And don't think it's a problem for me. I want a word with you. Pat North is one of my closest friends. Any past history I have with her ex is my business. Now, I know you've worked with her and I know she respected you, but I don't like gossip, especially spread around by someone on my own team.
I'm sorry, I just mentioned to Matt that you didn't get it.
I have to use Chief Superintendent Walker's station, I will make it my business to get along with him. Thank you.
No, that's not a problem. We worked together before. Hell, I taught you everything you know, didn't I? Is that a problem for you?
Oh, no, absolutely not. You know, and as you say, you taught me everything I know. It's just that this time I'm heading up the investigation, Mike, not you. And, oh, you know, I certainly don't need a man of your expertise involved. You know, just a couple of uniforms. And, of course, if I need anybody else, I can, of course, bring them in from a murder team.
Well, Detective Chief Inspector Connor, I have them fresh out of training here, but you're welcome to a couple. CID bunch are good, but we are a very busy station. However, I'm prepared to give you every assistance.
Good.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
A lot of water under the bridge. Look forward to seeing you.
Yes. Likewise, Mike. Goodbye. Cheeky bugger taught me everything I know. Typical, egotistical little prick. Right, Matt, set it up. I'm going to see a flat in Canary Wharf. It's a lot more than I intended paying, but it seems a business. See you after lunch, yeah?
Right.
Does anyone know what time she's supposed to be arriving? Oh,
Hey,
could I have a look at that, please? Thanks.
she had an appointment for lunch. She'll be over directly after.
Hey, where's the rest of it?
That's all we've got.
Thought you had a body.
Well, I had one attached to it at one time.
Oh, you are the Joker, are you? What's this? What the hell is this?
Legs of lamb, found in the water near where the hand was found.
What? You gotta be kidding.
There could be evidence, maybe a tie-in.
How long have you been working on this? You're not even sure the hand is female. It could be a tranny.
No, it's definitely female.
Yeah, well, you guys have got your work cut out for you. Good luck. Has Connor said anything about me to you?
Nope.
I bet. She's still close to Pat.
No. I really don't know. Lizzie Arnold's in Manchester.
Sir,
Yeah.
it's Lady Winfield.
Yeah, well, can you get rid of her?
She's insistent on seeing you.
Diane still hasn't been in contact, but I have heard from her bank manager. He's a personal friend, and he told me.
Told you what?
Greg has withdrawn all the money from their joint account. I told her she should always have a double signature, but she refused. She trusted him.
Well, it's not exactly illegal, him withdrawing money.
It wasn't his money, it was Diane's. Well, most of it. She's been left a considerable amount by my mother. And we also bought the market gardening business for them when they married, so by rights, that's hers as well, but he's selling it.
Really? Whose name is it in?
Well, his. And so's the house, which he's also selling. We bought it for them. Greg promised to do it up. It's become very run down, but he hasn't done a single thing. He's just let it go. It's in an appalling state. The roof leaks, boiler never works. Wiring is dangerous.
Lady Winfield, is it true that you and Diane were not on good terms before you went on holiday?
Well, yes, but I told you that. It didn't mean anything. We've always had... We were very close, but at the same time, on certain things, we didn't see eye to eye. This is different.
Your daughter was seen at the bank. She has taken clothes and belongings from the house. She has also called the house. Now, if she chooses not to see you, there really is very little I can do. But I will, as I promised your husband, find out her address and whereabouts. And I promise you, I will contact you as soon as I have news. Ah, Rosie.
Hello, Mike. Bit of a turn up for the books, isn't it?
You betcha. Hey, we're up in here.
Hang on. This isn't ideal for either of us, I know that.
Look, I have a lot of admiration for you. And whatever help you need with your case, as I've already said, you just have to ask.
Oh, well, good. Let's get started then. You have no need to be involved.
Oh, I think you need all the help you can get. Dismembered hand and 2 legs of lamb is not a lot to go on. Unless you're planning on having a dinner party. Let me introduce P.C. Daniels.
Hi.
P.C. Skinner. This is Detective Chief Inspector Roisin Connor, who will lead the inquiry into identifying who owned the dismembered hand and the 2 legs of lamb.
Right. We need a house-to-house inquiry in this area. We need to ask everyone if they've seen anyone tossing or dumping items into the river. Now, we believe our body was kept in a deep freeze unit for a considerable time. It was then possibly cut up. And of course, without any further body parts, this is all just supposition. Now, we're hoping to be able to dismiss the legs of lamb as having no bearing on the case, but we are waiting for the abattoir stamps to be enhanced. The reason I've maintained this line of inquiry is the possibility that a deep freeze unit was emptied to make room for our victim's body.
Look, I know I'm going out on a limb in this one. I'm not really part of the inquiry, but you mind if I kind of throw something in here?
Please, feel free.
What's your time frame?
Well, it may have been dead for months or weeks. If it's been frozen, it's hard to tell, but I reckon it had been in the river for about a week.
No, that doesn't work, but the deep freeze does. There, garden, backs onto the river. Right on your location hotspot.
Because Lady Winfield doesn't like her son-in-law and they have a property with river access. Oh, and they have a deep freeze.
What's your point?
Ah, you said it yourself. She's been spotted on 3 different occasions. And you have a time frame that doesn't match with mine.
I know.
Oh, you know, do you?
Oh, Roisin.
Mike, you don't have a shred of evidence. Besides, and I'd say this is an exceedingly important fact, is that my hand was already floating in the river when your Diane was spotted arguing with her husband.
Gov?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The lab just called. Apparently the DNA test on the hand didn't work this time. They're gonna have to try again. Oh, there's a bloke from the Marine Support Unit here.
Why hasn't she been in contact with her parents if she's still alive?
I ever think that maybe she just doesn't want to?
Yeah. What about the husband? Sending off the business, the house, clearing out the joint bank account.
Oh, we both know what that means, Mike. You and Pat had just been through it. It means the relationship is over.
Diane Harwood has 2 young kids. At least run a DNA test.
I have to go there with my legs of lamb. I'll check it out. Did you get the CCTV footage from the bank?
Yeah, we've requested it by the drag of their heels. To be honest with you, these sightings have made it difficult for us to take the case seriously.
Well, then I suggest you do. Get the bank to undrag their heels, get the footage over to Lady Winfield, and then perhaps we'll know 100% whether we're wasting our time or not.
Yes, ma'am.
They've called off the search.
Well, they do cost an arm and a couple of legs. Daniels, go back and re-question the witnesses who saw Diane Harwood, plus anyone who saw her before she had a public row with her husband.
Okay, that's the neighbours, her girlfriends.
Yeah, just check your notes and do it, will you?
I'll ask if she used a specific beauty salon, whether she had manicures. I mean, that hand's got false nails.
Yeah, good, but also get someone over to that bloody bank, will you, and tell them not to come back without the CCTV footage.
These are the contacts.
Have they organised me an office yet?
Yeah, Walker said you could have that desk over there.
Huh. Really? Well, I think I'll have this office in here.
Roisin, this is CID's.
Well, they can go over there, can't they?
Did he say anything to you about the cars?
What about him?
Well, one of the witnesses said he saw Diane Harwood leaving carrying out a suitcase. I wonder why she didn't take her own car.
Read the file. She's banned from driving. And he said the deep freeze is in the utility room. Wherever the hell that is. What are you doing? Miss Worth?
Yeah?
DCI collar. This isn't the same writing as ours at Sainsbury's.
What's the sell-by date?
10 days ago. They all seem recent.
Do you need to see the rest of the house?
If you don't mind. Mrs. Howard, make contact.
Not with me.
Actually, she's not the reason I'm here. Can you tell me who orders the meat for your deep freeze?
Mrs. Howard. She orders it, then it gets delivered.
Local butcher?
Yes.
Can you tell me, would you have any idea how the contents of your freezer would have ended up in the river?
No.
Well, the reason I'm asking is we've recently... Excuse me.
There's a bow saw in the utility room. The type butchers use. No blade.
The meat that gets delivered, would it arrive ready for the freezer, or would Mrs. Howard have had to cut it up?
I don't know. Sometimes her father brought things for her.
Oh, like what?
Venison, mostly, from Scotland.
So Mrs. Howard would use a saw to cut them up?
I don't know.
Did Mr. Howard ever help her cut up the meat?
I don't know.
Your carpet?
Oh, yes. The house is for sale. Mr. Howard thought the old carpet looked very threadbare.
When did Mrs. Howard leave?
A couple of weeks after the new carpet was put down, maybe more. I can't remember, because she's been back since.
Yes, I know that. Remember anything about the night Mrs. Howard left?
No, I wasn't home.
Were the children?
No, they were with me.
You'd have nothing without me, and you're gonna get nothing. Not the house, not the kids, nothing. Are you listening to me?
Yes. Yes, that's Diane.
Thank you. I need you to look at the video recording. It's the CCTV footage from the bank. I'm afraid the quality is not what it should be.
I can't see her face.
No, wait a moment. She turns to camera. Yeah. Is that your daughter, Lady Winfield? Would you like to see it again?
Yes, please. It's just the face is a bit blurred. If I could just see her face. It's the raincoat that bothers me.
What about the raincoat? Is it not hers?
Oh, yes, it's definitely Diane's. I've seen her wearing it. It's just... well, she'd have never worn it like that.
Well, what's odd about it?
Well, when she bought it, she came to see me, and I said it was common and cheap-looking, and she said it all depended on how you wore it. She said you should never wear it with the belt tied tight like that, like a sack of potatoes.
Are you saying this isn't Diane?
Oh, yes, yes, it could be Diane. It's just... oh, she'd have never worn it like that.
Well, that's dreadful. I read about it in the newspapers, of course. I didn't realize it was quite so close.
Have you seen anything strange? Next door neighbors, anyone acting suspiciously?
No. What was it that was found?
It was a woman's right hand. Do you have the name of your local butchers?
Butchers?
Yes. You cut up the meat for your freezer yourself.
No, my wife does. Whenever my father-in-law comes back from one of his hunting trips. I hate venison, but he was always so proud of himself. Diane gives most of it away. It's an acquired taste.
The name of your butcher?
Smethurst in the High Street. We also use Tesco's and Sainsbury's, Asda.
Thank you. One more thing. Does Diane write the labels for the food?
Yes, she does.
Thank you very much. Well, he didn't cut her hand off with that, did he?
Namaste. Well done, ladies. Well done. Towels, thank you.
Good class.
Yeah.
Has anyone been to see you about Diane Harwood?
What about her?
Well, it's just odd. No one's seen her around, and I was wondering if you knew where she was.
Why would I know?
Listen, I don't like her husband. It's nothing to do with me, but I sort of know that...
What do you know?
Forget it. Just, if you do know where she is, can you ask her to give me a call?
Francis, what are you talking about?
I didn't say anything.
Have the police been asking questions about me?
No. But they wanted to know if she was seeing someone.
Oh, Francis, I've got a cancellation now. You want it? On the house.
Why not? Shall I see you up there?
Yeah. You give me 10 minutes to lock up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, as I was saying, I'm making inquiries at all the properties backing onto the river.
Like Diane's. Is this about the remains found near the island?
Yes, but I don't believe it's Diane. Lady Winfield, put your mind at rest. The night your daughter was seen arguing with her husband, the woman we're trying to trace was already dead.
Then why are you here?
Well, in these cases, the quickest way to eliminate any possibility that it might be Diane is a DNA test. Now, that way we can end speculation, we can put your fears at rest. We can determine what's called mitochondrial DNA using a mother or a sibling's blood.
Wouldn't be of any use.
I'm sorry.
Diane is adopted.
Then we can ask Mr. Harwood if we can take a simple swab from one of your grandchildren. Now, I understand you are unable to be 100% sure that was Diane at the bank. You saw the CCTV footage.
Well, it was very blurred. It might have been Diane. It couldn't be her.
Could I possibly see a sample of your daughter's handwriting?
She sent this to me on my birthday. She never forgot. This is Diane's handwriting.
May I keep this?
You're not telling me the truth. I know you're not. You keep telling me all these people have seen her, but I haven't. And she would have contacted me.
I'm so sorry, Lady Winfield. I realize this is very distressing. Never had it this way before.
Head down.
No wonder Diane is mad about you.
You want it like Diane, huh?
Craig, it's too strong. Craig, stop.
Don't you want a good time, girl?
Wait, what are you doing?
Careful you don't slip on the blood.
What I really need to know is if we can trace the items that we found back to a specific butcher's from that stamp.
You most certainly can. This way. It was part of a consignment from Dale's farm. We had 500 carcasses, 400 were sold to Smithfield Meat Market, and the rest to local butchers all over London.
500.
Christ, that's how many legs?
Now, does that include lamb?
Oh, yes.
News.
Yeah, I got the name of the beauty salon Diane uses from Lady Winfield. She has her hair done every week, highlights every other month, pedicure and manicure ditto. I suppose because they take so long. You know, highlights.
No, I don't know.
Well, she missed her last appointment. And these false nails, master nails they're called, they're really expensive because they're very tough and the varnish doesn't chip and you virtually have to prise them off. Well, her favourite nail varnish was called Pink Petals. What I could do is get a bottle and match it to the hand.
Yeah, very inventive. What about the CCTV footage? Have they cleaned it up yet?
The lab said they make it a priority, but the problem is the bank kind of recycles the film, and so it's really poor quality.
Yeah, I bloody know that, Daniel.
Go.
What?
A friend of Diane Harwood's here. She's a bit stressed out.
Put her in interview room 1.
Yeah, but she wants to see you, Gov, and she's not in a good way.
Okay.
Lisa.
Both witnesses, nearest neighbour across the bridge, and the man walking his dog say it was definitely Diane they saw.
Yeah, but she didn't turn up for her usual appointment at the beauty salon. That was February the 16th.
What's this? What are you talking about?
It's in the report, Mum. Diane's type of artificial nails are the same as those on the hand, and her favourite nail colour is pink.
Thank you. Lisa, can you walk me through the timeline, please?
Yeah, okay. The first main sighting of Diane comes on March the 13th. She is seen and heard having an argument with her husband on the bridge. We have re-questioned the neighbor, and she has confirmed this. Second sighting comes on March the 18th as she takes money out from the cash point. Seen by Francis Hall and caught on the bank's CCTV. Then on that same day, she is seen leaving her house with a suitcase. We have re-questioned the witness, and he has confirmed this sighting. Oh, and there's a complaint about his dog from Chief Superintendent Walker. It's vicious. Says it nearly had his trousers off him.
Can we cut the jokes and get on with it, Lisa?
Thank you. I gave them up 4 years ago.
Do you wish to see a counsellor?
No. No, I don't. I just want to go home and forget about it.
You really should think about pressing charges if he forced you. Good job with the makeup. But I can see your face is bruised if this Craig raped you.
He didn't. I agreed to tell you about him on the condition that I didn't have to make a statement.
Okay. What makes you so sure Diane was having an affair with Craig?
I don't. Which is why I didn't want to say anything then.
But you do now.
It's just after a yoga class a few months ago, I'd forgotten something and I went back into the locker room.
And?
She was standing close to Craig. His arms were around her. And they were obviously having a very private conversation.
That's it?
No. Last night when he said it was the way Diane liked it. So obviously it just...
Francis, I need to know exactly what he said to you. Exactly what he did to you. It's Craig, isn't it? Craig, I'm Chief Superintendent Michael Walker. This is DCI Connor. We'd like to ask you a few questions about one of your clients, Diane Harwood.
Sure. But there's not a lot I can tell you. She's been coming to my class for about a year.
Does she have a locker?
Yeah, all the members have their own. Hers is number 37.
Can you open it for me, please?
Sure.
When did you last see her, Craig?
2 months ago, maybe more. She stopped coming.
You know why?
It's personal, actually.
She might be dead, actually. So you better just tell me how personal, Craig.
Well, she had a bit of a thing for me. After one class, I asked her to stay behind. Suddenly, she burst into tears, said she wanted to leave her husband, but she was afraid he wouldn't let her have custody of the kids. I was quite worried about her.
Oh.
Please go on.
Well, that's it.
Have you seen her since?
No. And when she didn't turn up for my class, I thought she was just embarrassed.
Now, when did you have this chat?
Sometime in January. Yeah, at least that.
Yeah, can you be more specific?
No.
So did you give Diane Harwood the same treatment you gave Francis Hall last night?
What?
You heard me.
Listen.
I'm all ears.
I don't know what that bitch has been telling you about me, okay? But she was gagging for it.
Oh.
Look, she came on to me.
You saying Diane Harwood came on to you as well?
So what are you running here, Craig? A yoga class or a knocking shop?
We know you've been inside for assault and rape, Craig.
Hey, what are you doing? Up in the ante, added murder to your list of credits.
That's enough, Mike.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
And she was always coming on to me. I mean, half the fucking class had tried it, but I've worked really hard to get this gig. I'm not gonna let you, or that bitch, fuck it up for me. I've been out since 1997. I have a wife, and I have a kid. This is supposed to be a new start for me. And then all of a sudden, she starts like she knows I was with Diane. I swear, on my life, she wanted it. She'd like me to get tough on her. Okay? It's what she liked. I thought that's what she wanted.
And the last time you saw Diane Harwood was?
Mid-January. She came to my class, I gave her a massage, and I haven't seen her since.
You would have thought the health spa would check out his past before hiring him.
Yeah, you bet. And if she ain't gonna press charges, well, you'll have to let him go.
And you know not one of the witnesses who claimed to seen Diane have actually spoken to her in person. Now, if she is alive, I'm back to square one with my hand. You know this is no smoking building, don't you?
Excuse me for living. Oh, you taking over in here?
Yeah.
What have you done with CID?
Well, they're at the desk he had earmarked for me in the instant room.
Shit. Spacious.
Yes, they have great views of the river.
Huh? Wow. 350 grand. That's a bit of a steep price tag for a couple of views, eh?
Well, open it up. The conversions are terrific. I should be in a month. Just a couple of alterations.
It's yours.
Oh, yeah. Well, contracts are being exchanged.
Wow, you know, we only got 120 grand for our flat.
Oh, sorry if I'm interrupting.
No, I'm just going home. Good night.
Good night. Well, Craig Ball's wife and kids live in a small semi, no deep freeze. Also, he doesn't own a car, just a motorbike.
Yeah, I'll have to release him tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Do you want to come back to my place? I'll cook us something.
Oh, no. No, you go on home. We'll see you tomorrow, yeah?
Okay.
Bye.
Well, why don't you get blood samples from the Harwood children and match it with skin from the dismembered hand? You get a DNA result from that or her hairbrush.
Yeah, Barbara, we still don't have one piece of evidence to prove he killed her.
Oh, that's ridiculous if you suspect him. I mean, if you were heading up the case, wouldn't you have had him arrested by now?
No, not necessarily. We still got no explanations for all these sightings.
Is he knocking off the au pair?
Nah, could be.
Has anyone questioned his daughters? I've been brought in on those cases to see if I can get a result from kids even younger than Harwood's.
Barbara, we've only come round to the possibility she may be a victim, so no, we have not interviewed the children. And we don't know whether he's shagging the au pair, and whether the yoga teacher is shagging the pants off her, along with everybody else.
You don't have to get touchy with me.
Oh, Christ, Barbara, I have this holiday. I do not need it when I come home.
Oh, I don't suppose you ever discussed your work when you were living with Pat. It's Pat, isn't it? Or is it this new DCI, this Connor woman?
God, it's got nothing to do with her. If you must know, I don't like her. She's always waving this brochure in my face about gyms on the second floor and underground parking.
What are you talking about?
As if that isn't enough, this stupid little jumped-up blonde tar's taken over CID's office. It's 10 times the size of mine.
Well, why didn't you take it before she arrived? It's not her fault.
Oh, that's right. Take her side. I'm forever scraping the barrel. I've got to keep my mouth shut while she dithers and farts around and see, This isn't working, Barbara. I'm really sorry.
Oh, really?
Maybe I started up with this too soon.
Too soon after it didn't work out going back with your wife?
I'm not going to do this, Barbara. I'm tired out. I'm going to bed.
Oh, my God. You found my daughter, haven't you?
No, sir, we haven't. But I would like to have a word with both you and your wife.
Well, I'd prefer it if it's just me. My wife's in bed with a migraine. She's beside herself with worry. You sure?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I'm sorry to have bothered you so early.
If it's anything to do with my daughter, the hour, the day or night doesn't concern me.
Your wife told us you had lunch with her before you went on holiday?
That's right. It was about 6 weeks ago.
Was Greg Harwood there?
No, he was not. It's all rather sad, I suppose. Our only daughter brings home a chap neither of us approved of. We maybe went about it in the wrong way. At first, we just discouraged her. When that didn't have any effect, I checked him out. Even after being confronted with the information in that file, she continued to see him and eventually married him. My wife and I gave her a wedding any girl would dream of. But he didn't have one relative or guest, come to think of it. Strange, don't you think?
6 months in a juvenile detention centre, moved to Canada at 17. Another short spell in detention centre, and he up and moves to South Africa, working on some mining project in Pretoria. He spent 6 years as under manager until he gets his fingers burned, implicated in a fraud. He's been clean ever since, until the gardening.
Yeah, he certainly got lucky with Diane and a big private income.
What if every sighting of Diane is someone posing as her?
I'm ahead of you.
Local butcher Smithers checked their deliveries, and yes, they received our lamb from the river, and guess what? Out of 8 people whose orders they made up...
Diane Harwood.
Correct. When we were there at Harwood's Deep Freeze, all the contents were recent and not from the local guy.
Good work.
Okay, gather round, everybody. Concentration. Both screens. Top screen, Diane Harwood at home. Bottom, cleaned up CCTV footage from the bank.
Consensus is what? Lisa?
I want to see it again.
Okay.
The hair would look darker in black and white, right?
I don't know. What do you think?
Lady Winfield says Diane would never wear that raincoat with the belt tied.
So even her mother can't be sure it's her. Right, let's not waste any more time. Greg Harwood is our prime suspect. We don't have enough to charge him with murder as of yet, so let's go to his house, see what we can find. May we begin?
Go ahead. God only knows what you're looking for.
It's just procedural. I'd like to ask if you'll permit one of your daughters to give us a swab for a DNA test.
Why? It's all right, Carla. Go and collect the children. I'll stay here.
To match the DNA.
Is that necessary? I mean, do you think that... Dear God. This is to do with what you found in the river, isn't it? By all means, of course, I'll agree.
Thank you.
Any damage they do, they'll have to repair. I'm due to exchange contract on the house very soon.
Yeah, that's you two upstairs.
How are you doing?
Nothing of interest. You?
No. I've done the kids' bedroom, the au pairs, the downstairs kitchen, the cloakroom, the breakfast room. I'd say he's had quite a clear out. A lot of drawers over tidy, some even empty.
And trench coat. Now, if that's the one she wore when she went to the bank, she would have had to come back and leave it. I want it checked out. Also, the neighbour who saw her leaving. See if he recalls what she was wearing that day.
On my way.
Oh, good. Well, she certainly has some clothes, all expensive stuff, cashmere sweaters, and bottles of unopened French perfume.
Oh, now she's got great gear.
I meant the au pair.
Mummy, quick! Mummy!
Oh, I'm sorry, Petal. I'm not your mummy.
Come on, girls, downstairs. The lady's busy. Come on, out.
Carla, would you know what clothes Mrs. Harwood would have taken with her when she left?
No, I'm sorry. I don't really even come in here.
This hers?
I don't know. As I said, I don't come in here.
Is this her hairbrush?
I'm not sure.
Thank you. I want to get a lot of these clothes to the lab, and can you tag the brush? I'm not going to need the samples from the girls now we got that.
Yep, this table's new.
What's under the bed?
Carla's making some tea. Would you like some?
Thanks.
The table, it's new.
Yes. When I was laying the carpet, I broke the glass, so I replaced it. You sure you don't want some tea, coffee, or something?
It's got an answer for everything, that one.
You're gonna need to lift this carpet. Let's move the bed out a bit.
No, don't touch any more until the cavalry get here.
Jeffrey, it's me. I don't want to discuss this on the phone. I'm bringing the twins over. We must talk. You clean your teeth?
Yes.
Good. Oh, Daddy's having a good one. See, Grandad?
No.
What, Susie? No, Teddy can stay here.
No, I won't.
Here, look, Teddy's hand. I've got that one. Come on.
Heading somewhere?
I'm taking the children to their grandparents. I thought under the circumstances it would be better.
Fine. Call Judge Winfield. Find out if they're expecting Talise and Co. to get in his tail and stay in it.
The bow saw's gone.
Really?
And Harwood says he doesn't recall ever even seeing it. And the old man who witnessed Diane leaving says she was wearing some kind of white coat.
Tell Lisa I don't care if he sees her. Just don't lose him. Jean, how are we doing?
Busy. I've decided to use LMG spray as the house has been redecorated and new carpets laid. We're lifting floorboards, skirting boards. Floor's been recently sanded in some places. We have blood spots by the bed and underneath the chair.
Mom! Daniels went over the 2 videos. Diane Harwood had nail extensions, the woman at the bank had badly bitten fingernails, and no wedding ring. Those sightings were Carla the au pair. Any money on it?
I'll get them both brought in.
nothing.
They've lost him.
What?
He's done a bunk from the garden centre.
What, just him?
No, all of them. Lisa's talking to a worker who thinks they may have switched to a silvery grey Toyota. No idea of the reg, of course. Also, Diane Harwood's own car's parked there. The MR2.
He's bloody planned this. Right under our noses. The MR2 is there. He could even have luggage.
Howard went to a lot of trouble to make sure everyone believed Diane was alive. The motive is that although the Winfields bought the house and the garden centre and even put it in Howard's name, if she dies, it reverts back to Winfield.
Oh, shit. Why didn't they bloody tell us before? Tell us when they first reported her missing.
Well, I could ask you that.
Hey, you're the one that's heading up this murder inquiry, sweetheart, not me. So don't make accusations you can't back up.
Don't you ever refer to me as sweetheart.
How long have we got to wait for this bloody stuff to work?
Not long, sir. It's just that they're spraying such a big area.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Coffee? No.
No, it isn't. You ever tailed anyone before?
Yeah?
Lose them as well, did you? I distinctly remember you being told to stay on them, not to let them out of your sight.
I was right behind him, and then he went into the garden centre, and he was laughing and joking
I
and...
bet he was laughing, sweetheart. You will not be. Because this cock-up will follow your career like a tie-up round your neck.
That's enough.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're tiptoeing around. He kept her in that deep freeze. He chucked out the meat. He then carved her up. What the hell did he do with the damn body?
You want to have a go at someone, Walker? You come and have a go at me. Do you want to have a go at me? Because if you remember last time, you came off the loser.
Ready. Suit up. Got a big contaminated area. When you go up the stairs, keep to the right. It's only just dry. What you must understand is when we spray with leucomalachite green, it is colourless. It'll only turn a green shade if we have blood traces. So the areas you can see already green are extensive. The fact that the walls have been washed and in some areas repainted hampers but does not disguise what was beneath. Our main area is here. And lifting the skirting board, floorboards, surface wash, even did a sanding job. But blood dripped into the creases and ditto down in the areas of the skirting board. Your victim took a massive contusion, probably to the head here. You can see by the density of the green area. But the victim was still alive. The handprints, where I'd say the victim staggered. See, the colour came up here, here, and then I'd say your victim falls. Again, we can tell this by the density found beneath the floorboards. So the blood was literally gushing. Now, look to the doorway. Handprint, as if the victim tried to stop being carried out. You can see blood where perhaps the head caught the side of the door and the frame. So, by the height, we ascertain the victim was being carried.